Come on, dude, stop being an asshole and try to make better bass lines. I know you can do it. It's okay to stay on the root for a while and make a really like groovy, simple bass line. It's totally fine. But you deserve more. Your bass deserves more. This is the best instrument ever, so you have to make up for it. So for today's tutorial, we're gonna talk about bass lines. We're gonna talk about how to make a simple but yet good and awesome bass line, just using some nice and simple techniques. We're not going to talk about like hard stuff like slap. We're gonna talk about like just pizzicatos. So for today's tutorial, we're gonna take this song called Her Religion from Smoky Curls. They're totally cool, you should check them out. And it's just a simple chord progression. G major, A minor, C major, and D major. Just really simple chord progression. And first we're gonna just stay in the root to see how it goes. This is a very happy dancing song. No big deal.
Well, the first time I met her had a big old grin. Her pants so tight I could see her religion. Said, hey, don't bother me. Well, her nose so high she would drown in a rainstorm. Stuck up higher than an old lamppost. Said, hey, I love her religion. She think the sun come up just to hear her crow. She make a preacher cuss, she's her own sideshow. But she knows what I need.
So that's all. Well, the next tip is first to put the rhythm on the bass. So first, instead of doing strictly to the root, we're gonna put some rhythm.
Well, the first time I met her had a big old grin. Her pants so tight I could see her religion. Said, hey, don't bother me. Well, her nose so high she would drown in a rainstorm. Stuck up higher than an old lamppost. Said, hey, I love her religion. She think the sun come up just to hear her crow. She make the preacher cuss, she's her own sideshow. But she knows what I need.
See, just playing the root, you can still add some rhythm on it. See, it's not a big deal, it's not rocket science. So the next tip is to put some chords. For each chord of the progression, I'm gonna put some notes from the chord.
Well, the first time I met her had a big old grin. Her pants so tight I could see her religion. Said, hey, don't bother me. Well, her nose so high she would drown in a rainstorm. Stuck up higher than an old lamppost. Said, hey, I love her religion. She think the sun come up just to hear her crow. She make the preacher cuss, she's her own sideshow. But she knows what I need.
See, I'm just playing the chord notes. On the G, I'm playing G, B, and D. That's the third and the fifth. And when the progression goes to A minor, I'm playing the fifth and the seventh. And then C, the same major third, fifth, and lastly the D, the major third, fifth, and going back to G. So it's not rocket science. I'm gonna play slowly. Well, that's how I'm doing. You can always change, you can always put more notes, but I'm trying to stick as simple as possible. You can put more notes on the chord from the chord, but from the beginning, stick to the basics. Stick to the third, fifth, and sometimes the seventh. Next tip is to use scales and modes and all. You just apply a scale or a mode on the chord.
Well, the first time I met her had a big old grin. Her pants so tight I could see her religion. Said, hey, don't bother me. Well, her nose so high she would drown in a rainstorm. Stuck up high then an old lamppost said, hey, I love her religion. She thinks the sun come up just to hear her crow. She make a preacher cuss, she's her own sideshow. But she knows what I need.
So what did I do? This is a major song. You can play the G major scale all through the song. But you can apply different scales in different chords. Well, the first chord is G major. I'm using G mixolydian. So the G mixolydian is a major scale with the minor 7th. See, that's the minor 7. I think sounds better than major 7. If I was using the G major scale, it would probably sound like this. But I prefer the mixolydian at this moment. It's really up to you. Then I'm just using a pentatonic. The A minor pentatonic. I just skip the third. This is the just C major scale. And again I'm using the G minor pentatonic here. So the rule is, if it sounds good, that's right. Those scales and modes are not law. They're not rules. They're just they're tools, just to help you to achieve the sound you want to hear, the sound you want to make. So I can use it totally like any kind of scale if it fits the song. Of course, I cannot use a really like weird scale because it totally change the mood of the song. You have to play the song, dude, not this song for you. Don't be a so sounds pretty good, and it's still dancing, and it's not so outside. I could use something different, like I could use like a G Lydian, but that would sound so too jazzy for the song. And on the D, I could use super locrian. But again, for me, it doesn't fit very well to the song. So I was just keeping the basics: major song, major scale, and pentatonics. And the final is just to put everything we have done together and then put some hammer-ons and pull-offs and slides. First, when you learn those things, it seems like a stupid thing because it doesn't sound really cool, but when you add to those techniques and scales, it sounds very nice.
Well, the first time I met her had a big old grin. Her pants so tight I could see her religion. Said, hey, don't bother me. Well, her nose so high she would drown in a rainstorm. Stuck up high then an old lamppost said, hey, I love her religion. She thinks the sun come up just to hear her crow. She make the preacher cuss, she's her own sideshow. But she knows what I need.
So just put some slides and pull-offs and hammer-ons. Could give your bass line a totally like new life, totally new face, totally cool dude. So just use those. So first I'm gonna show like slowly what I did. First on the G, I put a slide. That's nice, heats up the environment, heats up the atmosphere. And then I slide to the G here, mix a little in, hammer on, pull off, and then to the C. There's another C here. I just slide to it. So I just made C major scale descending. Then next chord I have to hit the root. Then pull off, hammer on, pull off. I went to the ninth. See? D major chord. And this is the ninth. So slide, mix a little, pentatonic, hammer on, pull off. C, this is the root. Slide, C major descendant, next chord, D major, and then hammer on to the ninth. I particularly love the ninth. Gives like this happy and so bright. So this song is really like dancing and happy. So I have to put this 9. The 6 is more romantic. You can put the 6 too. See, it's more romantic. The major and 6, but I prefer the 9. It's more bright. So there you go.